Can we remove the background of our images, isolating the main object with one click? Yes, we can. So I'm lucky enough to have access to the beta version of the background removal AI tool that is part of the extensions collection for Luminar Neo. It enables us to remove the background and isolate the object, our main subject, so that we can then combine that with other images. And I'm actually really excited by this tool because it has a lot of practical applications. So for example, if you shoot product photography and you want to clear cut that product onto a nice clean white background, this is the tool that's going to enable you to do that. If you're into compositing and want to combine different elements from different photos into one really interesting creative piece, you can absolutely do that with this tool. I'm going to split this video into two useful parts. We're going to have the first part where I'll talk you through the tool itself and how to use it, and in the second part of the tutorial I'll actually demonstrate the tool in action in a real life composite that I'm going to put together. So just before we load up Neo and look at the background removal AI tool, let me just clarify for you who this is available for. So recently Skylum have started releasing pro level extensions for Neo, so the HDR merge tool, upscale AI, focus stacking, and now this as well, the background removal tool. They are all part of a collection of extensions which are upgrades. They are not included with Luminar Neo. The photo editor doesn't need those things to work, but if you are interested in using these kind of tools, you can get them as part of the subscription model that Skylum have released, or you can actually buy all the extensions together. And just like 99.9% of the content on my channel, this is not a sponsored video. However, if you would like to get Luminar Neo at a discount and get this extension, I have a link in the description below. I do get a small commission from that, and that just helps me keep creating this free content for you guys. So I really appreciate that. But for now, let's boot up Neo and see what this new extension's all about. As you can see here, I was having a bit of fun doing a Star Wars themed photo shoot, and as you can see in this unedited composite, I've actually dropped in a couple of TIE fighters in with the Millennium Falcon. So that's the kind of thing you can do. So let me demonstrate how we might take this free floating TIE fighter, use the background removal tool, and drop it into, say, one of these photos of a stormtrooper. So let's work on this one. I'm not going to waste time doing any lengthy editing. And as you Neo users know, a really quick way just to fix up your photos if you're in a bit of a pinch for time is just to work with the accent AI slider, and maybe we'll even use the sky enhancer as well just to bring out a bit of richness there. So here's our before, here's our after, super quick, and maybe we'll just bump up the exposure just a smidge. And so to drop in a TIE fighter there, I just need to come over to my layers. I've got my photo of my TIE fighter loaded up here, so I'll just double click that. And now we have a brand new photo loaded over the top of the other one. So if I put the opacity at 100%, we see only this layer. And if I start to reduce that opacity, we'll see the underlying layer, which is the Stormtrooper. So we'll crank this opacity back to 100. And now I just want to select the TIE fighter as an object and remove the background. So we'll just come over to my layer properties, which has the extension Pro after it, which denotes the fact that we now have access in the masking section to background removal AI. So I'm just going to click that. Luminar's going to do its calculations, and how long this takes to calculate will be directly related to the power of your computer, the processor, and also how much memory you have and the complexity of the screen. So now it's done its thing, and we can tell already from the red overlay that Luminar Neo's AI has actually done a very good job of creating an accurate mask. So now all I need to do is simply click the remove button, and we should get rid of all of that sky. And there you go, all of the background around the TIE fighter has been removed, and so now we can see straight through to the layer underneath, which is the Stormtrooper. So what would happen if we hadn't actually got a very good mask here? And I think we can actually see, if I select that layer and actually move the TIE fighter, you can see that through one of the windows here, we actually see straight through that, which might be exactly what we want. I want to actually make this a solid object. So if you want to refine your mask, all you do in the background removal AI tool, once you've clicked that remove, you can then come into the refinements brush. And if you're familiar with the portrait background removal AI tool, that's a mouthful, you'll also be familiar with how this tool works, because the AI splits the mask into three zones. You have the object, you have the background, and then you have a transitional zone around that. And if it doesn't quite work out where your main object is and what the background is, you can go in and actually make adjustments with the brush. So let me show you how to do that. So as you can see, our TIE fighter is defined by the orange area here. We have blue for the background, and then we have a transparent area denoting the edge of the object. And if it hasn't got things quite right, like it didn't for the window area here, it thought that was actually supposed to be transparent, all you need to do is just come in and just paint that area to say, hey, this is part of the object. And now if I jump back out of that, we can see that that transparency is now gone and those windows are part of the mask of the TIE fighter. But you'll notice here just this little weird bit on the wing here. For some reason the AI thought that this should be part of a transition zone. We've got a bit of translucency. So again, we might want to just fix that up. So we'll jump into the background removal AI tool. Currently I can't go straight into the brush. I need to click that remove button and then into the refinements brush. And bear in mind, this is the pre-release, the beta version of this tool. So any little anomalies with the tool may well be ironed out by the time this is officially released. And the case is with all of these kind of AI tools, they improve over time. So if the masking isn't super accurate to start with, over time it will get better anyway. So I'm going to make my brush just a little bit bigger here, and I'm just going to paint object over these areas again, just to give Luminar Neo a helping hand to say this is definitely the object right here. And now I've released it, it's just tightened up that masking. But you can see just here it's introduced a little bit of the sky, which I don't want. So again, I'm just going to come back in and just refine that. And I'll just grab the transition version of the brush, paint it over there, and that's fixed that up. So now I have a version of the TIE fighter that I'm able to move into my scene. I can do all the normal stuff that we can do, such as rotate. We can scale it down. We could change the blending mode down to multiply if we like. And if I hide that layer, we can see our before and we can see our after. It's really easy, opens up a lot of creative possibilities, and it's really fun to use. But now I promised you a little bit more of a practical example rather than something sci-fi like this. So earlier on I picked up my food, I'm walking around the house and I'm looking for items to demonstrate this new tool on, and then it came to me. I've always wanted to get a photograph of my dog and my cat in the same frame, and the little buggers just never will sit together. As soon as one sits down next to the other one gets up and moves off. And so I thought I'm going to take a photograph of each of the animals individually. I'm going to take a photograph of a background plate that I can composite them over, and I'm going to use background removal AI just to take out the background, put them together, end up with one photo, job done. So let's take a look at how we could do that in Luminar Neo and find out whether it's actually going to work or not. So I've got my three photographs that I want to combine together. They're all shot from pretty much the same angle, which is important when you're doing compositing work. The exposure is different, so I'll need to match those, but that's no biggie. And also the color balance looks slightly different, so I'll need to match those up. But the most time-consuming bit of any composite is actually creating the masks. So that's where background removal is going to come in. So I'm going to open up our background plate to start working on, come to edit, and then I'm going to come over to the layer section and click the plus icon. And then just select the photo of Maisie that I want to work on. Once I've clicked that, Luminar is going to load it in over the top with a 50% opacity as a new layer on top of the existing one. And so now we're free to scale this up if we want to and get this kind of matching the background nicely. And we can see from the difference in the brightness in the grass that the exposure is just a little bit down on the photo of Maisie. So we'll just crank that up a little bit. And maybe it's just a little bit too blue as well. So I'll just push a little bit of extra warmth into that. Okay, and now I'll just come up to the Layer Properties Pro, come into the masking section, click Background Removal AI, and let Luminar do its thing. And there we go, we have our selection. So I'll just click Remove, and that's taken the background away nicely, and now we have a free-floating Maisie that we can move around and position wherever we want. And I'll push her back just a little bit because I want to leave some space for Lando to lay in front of her. Now I'm actually really impressed with how accurate that mask is just with one click. So that is a big time saver. But there's one thing that's not quite right about bringing these two layers together at the moment, and that is that we're missing our shadow. So there's no problem there because what we can do is actually combine the AI mask that background removal has created with any of the other masking options that we have available to us in Neo. So in this case, what I'm going to do is grab a brush and paint that shadow back in really quickly. Let's have a look. So we want to hop back out of the background removal AI tool and open up the traditional brush so that we can paint this shadow back in. So I'm not going to do it with 100%. I don't really like painting with that strong a brush. So we'll just do it with 35% and then we can just build this up in passes. And I'm going to make sure that the shadow stays much darker, close to Maisie. And we can see at the edge here where I've just started to find the edge of the photo. So I've gone into the erase version of the brush and I'll just paint that away. And I've also been a little bit sloppy around the back here and introduced some of those brighter bits of grass from the original frame. For our purposes, that'll do. And now we can see our overall mask by opening up the mask actions and clicking show, and that will show us the lovely AI precision mask that was created, and then my rough and ready addition just to put that shadow back in. Now yes, I know, I could have just taken a photo of Maisie on the grass like this, but I didn't, and this is just for demonstration purposes. But the next bit is more important and necessary, and that is introducing Lando into this frame. So I'll do that now. Okay, I'll come over to the layers section, top left, click the plus icon, plus again, and scroll down to the version of Lando that I'd like to introduce. I would love it if Lando was looking straight at the camera in this one, but he's not, so we're going to go for this one instead. And now our cat layer is brought in with 50%, which is actually perfect for what we want to do now, because I'm going to make some slight adjustments to the size, and I'm going to be able to judge the scale based on the fact that I can see through to Maisie beyond. So now I can actually move him around, scale him up, scale him down as I need, and make sure that he would actually have his own little bit of space to lay in front of Maisie. I think something like that's about right. And now I can push the opacity all the way to 100, come into masking, background removal AI, just click that once, let Luminar run its calculations, and bammo. We have our mask of our cat, but it is not perfect, and that is actually what I was hoping would happen, because I want to give you guys a fair representation of how this tool is actually performing. Admittedly, we're at beta phase, but it's probably a good indication of how the tool will run, and it does get you very, very close to an accurate mask a lot of the time. So the TIE Fighter, Maisie, did excellent jobs with both of those. However, for this example, and I'm finding this to be the case probably more often than not, you will need to go in with that refinement brush and just say, give the AI a bit of a helping hand and say, this is more of the object, this is part of the background. It's very quick to do, as you've seen, but yeah, it's not perfect, but it's a hell of a lot quicker than doing it manually. So let's fix this up quickly and finish our composite. Okay, so I'm going to click remove, and now we have floating sausage cat. So I just want to crank the opacity to 100 so I can see what's going on, and come back into masking, remove, and I'm going to jump into my refinements brush so I can start painting in where the cat should be. So I know that his tail comes up here, and what's quite nice is Luminar's AI has actually added in that transition area without me actually having to do anything there. So I'm just going to be a little bit rough around here and see what happens. You know what, in this case I'm not too worried about bringing in a little bit of extra grass, because I'm going to be repainting that anyway. And I just felt that we were losing a little bit too much of his fur around the side of his face, so I'll just bring that out there. And there you go, you can see that the mask is just refined, bringing in some more of those details. I should have spent just a little bit more time with the refinement brush and I would have had a much more accurate mask, but since I didn't, I'm just going to retouch that quickly with the basic masking brush tool. Just a little bit of painting in with a soft feathered brush and a little bit of erasing where I need to, like around the tip of the tail. And now I'm just going to jump into the develop raw tool and make sure our exposure and color balance match. Now, although this isn't a compositing video, I'm well aware the shadow from Maisie would be cast over Lando's back, probably just over this little bit here, and I have to fix that up. So I'm just going to open another instance of the develop tool, and I'm just going to drop that down, drop the highlights, just have a little play around here until I've darkened everything down, and now I can just paint this in only over Lando. And you'll notice that as I'm making changes over here, we are only affecting the layer that is currently active, as denoted by this blue outline here. So I'm free to make editing adjustments to this layer independent of anything else in the frame, which is really powerful. So now I can just jump back in, grab a mask, grab a brush, click and paint, and just darken down that little highlight that was on Lando's back and just make it look as if it's in shadow. There we go, best of frenemies. So you can see it's really quick using that background removal tool to composite several different independent layers, bring them together into one image. If you'd like to see a more creative use for background removal AI, I will certainly do a video working on some of those Star Wars images if that's what you're into. So just write background removal in the description below. If enough of you ask for it, I will put that video together. In the meantime, let me share with you another video which is about another one of Skylum's latest extensions, Upscale AI. So that is taking smaller photos and upscaling them from 2, 4 or 6 times enlargements, which is exceptionally useful, particularly if you have a back catalogue of images taken with smaller sensor cameras as well. So that's super useful. Check that video out, it's right there. I'll see you in that one. Cheers guys, bye for now. A complete compositing example with the new blah 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 blah.